evening, 918ers, on this beautiful spring evening here in the Green Country. We are broadcasting live from Secret Fan Cave in Parts Unknown in the 918. Tonight, I'm the Wonder Midget.
And I'm Jay the Bluesman.
And tonight's retrospective, we will be talking about Supernatural. We are now in season 15. We're about 10 episodes in, about halfway down. Sam and Dean, you know, this season they've got to use all they know, what they have in the Mental library, as well as, you know, their friends, and to stop Chuck from destroying the world.
Oh, I know, the evil Chuck, the god of this story. Chuck has again returned to his jealous and wrathful ways of ancient times that we have all read about in the good books. Shunned by his sister Amara the Darkness. Season 15 so far has seen the return of some of our favorite characters that we all love. Billy, Jody, and Jack, and obviously Baby.
That sounds almost like a 70s, you know.
Yeah, I know, right?
A band. Billy, Jody, Jack, and Baby.
Yeah, but Baby is the star because she's
gorgeous.
She is gorgeous.
So, you know, some of the other great things, we've had all these characters that we've loved that have returned, at least in the first 10 episodes. So I'm very excited to see.
Halfway through.
Yeah, we have 20 total.
20 for 15.
And for those fans, Supernatural is no longer on Thursday evenings. They are now moved to Monday nights, and that will be through the duration of the season finale, which
at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, and the season finale is May 18th.
May 18th.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, good pull.
I was trying to give it to you there, honey.
I know, I appreciate that.
But, you know, one of my favorite ones that they brought back, everybody just loves DJ Qualls. And Garth and his pretty little wife, Bess. And I just love that they're living the American dream. In fact...
Well, they have 3 kids now. So
they do. Gertie.
They have their daughter, and then they have the twins.
Sam
and Castiel.
Yeah,
then not Dean.
Castiel. But you know, I love that they're living a happy life. You know,
the American dream.
The American dream. And monsters, we have learned over the course of this show, is kind of a relative term. With free will, what you make of it is, you know, your character is what you make of life. So those fans, spoiler alert, who've been watching for the last 15 seasons, know that at one point, poor Garth the dentist was turned. So, you know, he's still falling back on his vocation, and now he's dentist to...
Well, he went back after becoming a werewolf. Actually went and got... Because he had...
that's when he finished it.
Yes. He really had that passion to help other people, but he went back after turning into that monster to got fully licensed and set up a practice. And I mean, who, in his own words in season 15, he's like, who wants to work on a vampire or a werewolf? You know, these guys, they're just people. They have this...
They're non-violent supernatural
creatures who also need dental care. I mean, you gotta love them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure vampires need dental care.
Absolutely.
I mean, werewolves, 100%. Yes.
And everything they eat, absolutely.
So much like season 6, season 15 really is beginning to turn out a season for the fans all the way. The corny side storylines, the hat tips and jokes galore for the fans.
Loving it.
I mean, Jensen is really pulling the comedy chops out. I've said it before, I'll say it again. He's the Lucille Ball of our age, but the male Lucille Ball. He's a triple threat. The man can dance, he can sing, he plays guitar, but he can also act. And Jared is just a wonderful actor.
Yes.
And the depth that he brings to the character of Sam, who really is the main character of the show. It's Sam and his brother Dean.
And one thing that you just said, that, I mean, the one thing that I love about this show in the 15 years that it has been on air, we all have some of our favorite shows. And it can be from one end of the spectrum to the other. Whether it's horror, super characters, whatever you want to call them, to a good combination of everything. Most shows have the element where they have their best seasons really good seasons and not so great seasons.
I don't think they've had a not so great season.
Supernatural, you took the words right out of my mouth, has not had a not great season. I love The Walking Dead. And The Walking Dead has had some so-so decent seasons. Supernatural, it has always, with the writing, with the acting, there are crews behind the scenes working with Jensen and Padalecki and all the guys.
And they're a family. I mean,
they are.
It's even spun
I mean,
off.
these are the original characters. Sorry to talk over you, but these are some of the original player characters working with some of the original people behind the scenes for 15 years.
Yeah, the turnover on this show was unheardedly low.
Yeah.
They just all work so well together, and it shows in the quality of the programming. It's even spun off an animated series, which then, of course, got all of Gen Xers and millennials alike.
Fantastic, by the way.
All excited and pushed enough that by season 13, they actually did a crossover Scooby-Doo episode.
Yeah.
Which was just wonderfully done. One of my favorite episodes, again, back to season 6, was one they called The French Mistake. And that one was a true for the fans only. They delve into where the boys go to the real world, where there are a couple of douchebag actors who can't get along, and they're on this cut-rate TV show. And my favorite line is when
we have notes, and we are completely deviated from notes.
Right.
The way we love to live here in the secret fan cave.
And we do want to say hi to Eli. He's out there watching. How are you, sir?
What's up, man?
Good to see you online. Yeah, so my favorite line there was when they had Murray, not Bill Murray, the other Murray brother who's just as funny, playing Robert Singer, the writer. And the line is what douchebag names a character after himself?
Yeah.
But the thing is Singer never had anything to do with that. That was all Kripke. The fact that Bobby Singer was one of the main characters in the show.
That's just hilarious.
That's hysterical.
But, one thing that this show has always done, from episode 1, season 1, through to where we are right now, at the halfway point, we have watched 10 episodes of season 15, is the family and the free will of everything that we do or they do. And I say we because we kind of experience this with them in every episode.
We've grown with them, but we've learned that free will is across the board as far as people.
We still have choice.
We still have a choice, and that's where the term monster is a relative term, because there are some supernatural, non-violent creatures who've made quiet lives from themselves, and we see this throughout the show.
And within the characters, I mean, Sam dealt with it in way back when his ex-girl that he liked as a younger kid, adolescent kid, and her older sister, I believe it was older sister.
No, it was her mother.
It was her mother.
Yeah.
You're right. And, and he was able to help in that situation, and then come to find out, then older brother Dean comes in and does what he does. But it's like, you can have that sense of
empathy,
perfect word, that these characters, these creatures can be human. They're not just monsters that want to eat and kill. They have to feed. They have to survive.
So season 5, I like how they brought a lot of things back around. Sam seems to have found love. I love that Eileen has returned and that they brought her back and made her a romantic interest of Sam. I hope that they continue to follow through with that in the storyline. Dean, we've got the old Dean back. That never.
Season 15.
That's what I said. Said booty traps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Booty traps. Damn booty traps. You gotta watch out for them suckers.
That's what I said. I'm said booty trap.
Okay.
So, but then
just keep it on your toes.
That's right. I'm drinking some whiskey here. So
we are drinking whiskey here.
That's right.
Thank you. Don't know what y'all are enjoying for tonight's libations, but we are drinking whiskey and lemon and water.
This is a fanboy. Mm-hmm. So, but Dean's back, and it's the old Dean, the Dean that always had hope, that he's driven, that never give up attitude, and
that's right.
That's what makes me feel like we're gonna win the day. Hey, Chrissy, I see you watching. Thanks for
Hey.
joining us online. So, Jay, what are some of the other favorite characters that came back that you've enjoyed?
Okay, so
That they brought back in season 15.
obviously, I love Donatello.
Oh, yes.
Donatello, the prophet Donatello, he is so quirky, he is so funny, and he is the last current remaining prophet of the Lord. And it's like,
Too bad the guy lost his soul.
he did, and it's like, man, but you know what? He's a trooper.
And this is where free will comes.
The actor is just phenomenal. I love the actor.
He is, but this is again where free will comes in. At some point, he lost his soul, yet his direction of right and wrong and his level of intelligence, he has not gone down that dark path.
He hasn't faltered.
He hasn't.
Because as we look back,
You give the man enough fried chicken, he's
I
good.
guarantee you, fried chicken and whatever his libation of the evening is, he's going to be good for that, and he's going to still help you out with whatever your problem is. Because we look back, losing your soul is not an easy thing, because
That's a big deal. Sam went
Sam
dark.
lost his soul, and I mean, it's like, wow, you're like, that's bad.
Yes.
You're going down a really dark road. You need your soul, brother.
Yeah, well, his grandfather Samuel didn't seem to mind it too
know.
much because he was a killing machine.
Yeah, well,
So-
he lost his soul too.
I mean, I like that. I hope that they're bringing Amara back soon because
Haven't seen her.
Well, we saw her in the first episode or two with Chuck when we realized Chuck wasn't gone.
Yeah.
and that's where she walked out on him.
Yeah.
And you know what?
She had enough.
She had enough of him, and she's like, so she was gone. She
I
learned
think
to
she's
enjoy the world
I
that
think
he
she's
created.
the older sister.
Possibly.
They never really, to my memory, I don't think they actually recalled which one is older, but I would think that Amara would be the older sister, the first one.
He's always trying to vie for her attention and all of this.
He is.
And I believe that this wrathfulness that he has returned to is like you said, he was shunned by his sister Omara, and she was just, I'm done with you, and left. And now
Always
he's
felt like he was trying to compete with her and always trying to show just how good he can be and this, and I want you to see this and improve this.
But
Seek
it
her
was
approval.
all not necessarily to compete. He competed with her to win her approval. Is how I feel.
Absolutely.
So
Totally agree.
That, being said, they brought Jack back at a point. He was possessed, and we assumed, and they
sad.
played it, that it was a demon. I'm wondering if possibly it was Chuck. I mean,
Well, no, because so they had at one
and
point.
we'd like to know what you guys think too.
At one point, they had brought Jack back, and I think he was legitimately being the body form of a demon.
Mm-hmm.
But in the last episode,
It's him, yeah.
the hero's journey, it is him, because he was trapped in darkness, and then
Billy.
Billy. Oh, we love Billy.
That's another
you
character.
don't love Billy. Billy is awesome. She is death. She is the main Grim Reaper.
Well, she is now. Now, Billy was one of our favorite Reapers throughout the series, and through a twist of fate, and
She got the job.
the demise of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, the next Reaper to die became death itself, and she's now in charge.
She is it.
And she doesn't seem to falter much. I think she gets it. The whole,
Sure.
there's the yin and the yang, and in order to have renewal, you've got to have death. But I'm real interested to see how she plays out.
I love that character from
And
day
she's
one.
just
From
the
day
actress.
one, she is an awesome character. I mean, awesome actress. Forgive me, I cannot pull the name from her actual name right off the top of my head. But we love you. What you have done with that character from day one, and all the different episodes you have been in to now in the very last episode, and what you're doing. I mean, that was just every time we see her on screen.
I jump off the couch.
Yay, she's back!
Yay! Love Billy. So, I mean, we do have a lot of strong female characters
Absolutely.
in this. Charlie Bradbury was one they had last
Love
season.
Charlie.
And she and Dorothy Gale are a couple of my favorite. That's one of my favorite Hunter teams.
Yes.
Garth and Mr. Fizzles, they're my favorite.
I got to go for the hot redhead Rowena, the witch,
Yeah.
because she is so awesome.
Oh,
She is a witch.
I love the way that she is played, and really a lot of the backstory of the character mirrors the actress herself. She grew up in Scotland on her dad's farm. So, she plays it like she owns it because it's true.
I mean, it's like her backyard. I mean, she grew up in that.
It is. Now, one of our favorite characters that the fans have been clamoring about and pissing and moaning for years, because we knew if we squawked enough, you would bring it back and you would do it properly. But they've brought back Adam.
I know.
The actor Jake Abel
Yeah.
he did a good job when we first saw him in the earlier seasons, when he became Michael's vessel or the sword.
Or the Sam and Dean's half brother.
Right. This is Sam and Dean's half brother that they didn't find out about until he was grown. So,
right.
But he did not grow up in the life of hunting, and the childhood he had was the childhood they always wished they'd had. So, there's always that underlying, were they jealous? I don't think so. I think they were very happy to have a brother. He did get forgotten in the subsequent seasons, but season 15, they brought him back and they gave Jake Abel a wonderful script to work with.
They did.
And the way he plays the duality between Michael Prime and himself. And that,
I mean,
again,
you feel like you're watching that conversation between him.
Yeah, I mean, like you're one of them.
Oh my God.
And the fact that they play it so well. The other thing is we've already seen alternate universe Michael, and he was kind of a jerk. As we've all learned, that some angels...
He wasn't kind of a jerk. He was a major jerk.
He was a major jerk.
He was a major, in Dean's word, douchebag.
Right.
Okay, sorry.
So that's where, again, free will comes into play. And even though Michael Prime had been locked in the cage, they had both been forgotten.
That's right.
Not just about their brothers, or forgotten by their brothers, but also by Chuck. Mm-hmm. Chuck just left him in there and didn't really care. So... will Michael and Adam walk off into the sunset and live copacetically, happily ever after?
Or find peace with each other to a happy ground where
I think they have.
They have I think to the point that, because obviously you have Adam sitting in a
that cafe, the diner.
The diner coffee shop,
just
having a
savoring.
conversation with Michael, the Archangel Michael, and he's like, no one else is paying attention. He's having a conversation with somebody that's not sitting there in front of him, according to everybody else.
But then he plays it off so well when the waitress comes by.
He does. It's very cool. And
so
then,
they've been out for a little while, got their shtick going.
He makes everybody forget what they saw when things go sideways. Right. Mm-hmm. So he has some panache.
He does. And so I'm real excited to see how this plays, especially when they're bringing back, they've got Jack, Rowena, Donatello.
Garth, Bess.
Garth and Bess and
that whole dynamics in the episode leading up to, I forget the name of the episode right before the hero's journey. I forget that episode 9. So you have, our boys are down on luck, and they're driving to go see Garth and spend some time with him, and of course everything's going sideways. You got Sam being sick. You got Dean's baby is
Dean
acting
had 16 cavities.
14. I think it was.
Been interrupted. I'm not sure why.
Well,
should we still keep recording?
Sure, go ahead. We're still recording.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going.
Yeah.
So anyway, 14 cavities, and he's never had a cavity in his life. And, so Dean is a trooper. He sees his buddy's going to take care of him, and he's scared to death. But he's like, I eat what I want, when I want, and here we go. But just that whole dynamics.
Well, and that was really funny because
bringing in all the kids with him. I love them. I mean, Garth is one of my favorite characters. He's so quirky.
Oh, and
so nerdy.
Well, and then when he gave him the Novocaine and Dean had the little dance dream.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
That was absolutely, and that was all for the fans because, again, Jensen and DJ to a degree, he's quite the triple threat himself. Yeah. I think DJ can sing, I don't know, but DJ can obviously dance and shake his leg. And I love how they do tongue-in-cheek things like that.
That was funny.
But then also later on when he tells him, you probably ought to get a colonoscopy really quick.
I mean, that was kind of scary. So we know where this goes to. Now that we have come to the break, the halfway break of season 15, I couldn't be any more excited than I have been for all the other previous seasons. The only thing is, in my heart, I'm so reserved because this is the last season we're going to have Supernatural.
It is.
This is the last 10 episodes that we're going to have of this.
Of
our favorite show.
Well, now,
One of our favorite
now,
shows.
if the networks are listening, Mr. Narwhal has written a script, and we do have some ideas as far as a spinoff. If you are interested, so fans, if you love Supernatural, maybe help us lobby for that. But we really do. For the original show, we only have those 10 episodes left. With that being said, there are 10 episodes to bring back some other favorite characters. We have. And it's not beyond Supernatural to bring back people who have died several times.
Several times, absolutely.
And the fact that, Amara actually gave Sam and Dean a gift at one point when she decided to go off and venture into the world, see this universe that Chuck had created. And I think, according to her little suite that she had in Vegas there, she was enjoying it quite well.
So let me ask you this. You brought it up. We are completely off script. So, if we could bring back in the next 10 episodes a character we have yet to see as a return that we thought was dead and gone forever.
Well, let's not qualify it with the yet to see. Let's just say a character, because I'm okay if there's one they brought back a couple of times.
Okay. Well, just keep
I'm
it
not
open.
now. I'm not expecting them to bring back John and Mary. John and Mary are living happily in their heaven together as soulmates. But some of the ones that
Agreed.
we've killed off a lot
John Mary's done enough.
Right. We've killed off a lot of archangels. And I had some favorites. I realized that it would take a whole lot of power for Chuck to recreate those those were heavy duty, the archangels. But I miss Gabriel. Balthazar was a really good.
Gabriel's awesome.
Gabriel Spate. I mean,
Dang.
that's another one of my favorite
That guy's
characters.
a freaking card.
He is.
He was the perfect cast for that character in Supernatural.
Yeah.
I mean, he owned it. He was that character.
He was Loki, but then he was Gabriel, and he made absolutely. He had good script, but it takes a brilliant actor to really own it.
He did,
and he just fit perfectly in with the family. I mean, we've got R squared, we've got J squared, we've got.
What if we take the archangels out of it?
Uh-huh.
And we go to a monster that we really want to see come back. That might have been a really cool monster that might have been the best friend to Dean. Who might that be? Because we talked about it in season 15.
You're right. Now, this is where, when they went to Purgatory to find the Leviathan Blossom, I really, really had my hopes set high.
Heavy sigh.
That Benny Lafayette would be the one. Because we know that Benny, he came back and he saw what had happened to his family. He protected his great-granddaughter, but he missed what did he call it? Just
a French word.
It was something French.
It had to be a French word.
But it was just the rawness of Purgatory, and that's where he belonged, because he was a turned vampire, and he missed that, and that's where he felt he belonged. This world was not for him.
It was explained.
And he didn't want to hurt other people. So I was hoping Dean would run into his buddy, Benny.
I'm not giving up hope.
I mean, Benny
I'm
knew
not going to give up hope that Benny's going to return. We heard that Benny was torn apart by his own other vampires that did not trust him in Purgatory because he went willfully back to help save Dean's life. And Dean Winchester is like, and he's like, this is my friend, and he gave his life to help save mine. You have to bring Benny back.
You're right, because why should we believe? I mean, that just
don't believe that guy. He's just a mouth eater.
He's a mouth breather. Mouth eater for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't believe him. Yeah, hopefully Benny might still be out there. But we can't really talk about demons and archangels without talking about some of our favorite alphas. The alpha vampire was one of my favorite. He was so very eloquent.
Absolutely.
I don't know if
My
there'd be
favorite
any
vampire.
reason to bring back any of the alphas, but Lilith, I would qualify her as an alpha. She was the mother of all monsters. Although Cain was technically the father of all demons. Now I don't know if Cain would come back, but that would be he might be stuck in purgatory.
And honestly, I don't know why,
But Timothy Oswald, I'm sorry,
No, go ahead.
he's such a wonderful actor, and he played such a scary character here. Yet I enjoyed him so fervently in Gallivant, and he's got this wonderful singing voice.
Have you guys watched that?
If you haven't,
oh my god!
if you want to go the other side of cornball,
it is way cornball.
I recommend it over Glee.
OMG!
Not that I want to start a nerd fight.
It's awfully entertaining,
but brilliantly written. So,
oh my god!
Off topic. But the other thing is a lot of these actors, part of their brilliance is they do a lot of crossovers as far as playing each other's characters. For example, one of the best examples is Lucifer.
Yeah.
So, Mark is the original Lucifer. Nobody could play Lucifer the way that
Supernatural.
In Supernatural.
Yes.
I would even dare to say in any show.
Okay, so if you have a character
better than Mark.
Oh my god, he nailed the role. I mean, the crazy chaoticness that you would just think that you want to embody a physical form into
of the devil himself.
The Lucifer. This would be him. I mean, he embraced it. And it was scary. And then they threw a couple other people in there that we like.
Now, Jared did such a good follow. I mean, when you
did.
He's the first one to follow, and he emulated Mark.
He did
brilliantly. And then
not enough.
And then at one point, Misha had a little short jaunt where he pretended to, Castiel was possessed. But I have to say, my second favorite.
Yep, here we go. Knock it out of the park.
Is Rick Springfield.
The musician, the singer.
He did such a good job.
He really did.
So after the whole Leviathan thing,
I thought there's no way this guy's going to pull that off.
So, but I don't know of anybody else that, it was first Mark, but then Rick Springfield. So this is where bringing in these A-list guest stars. Barry Bostwick at one point playing the magician.
Yep.
That was such a wonderful role, and he was great at Comic-Con meeting him. But just everybody else that they had brought in to play bit parts throughout the series, I can only imagine what fun that must have been.
So this season has felt like a really nice fandom recap of some of our favorite characters.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the topics that we want to delve. That's not the right word. I'm drawing a blank. Can't do it.
You setting booty traps again?
I am setting booty traps to dive into some of these topics that need a little bit further explanation. This is the last ditch for this
show.
The show, and thank you. And it's like everything is about for the fans.
It really is, and we really appreciate it so much. I can't wait to see the next thing that Kripke works on. I'd love for Singer to join him on any of that. Yeah. Jared and Jensen, I can't wait to see what they have next. Although they all have children now, so I have full.
Is there any favorite demon? Do you like to? We haven't talked about the demons to come back. Favorite demon to come back?
None of them. Crowley.
Really?
Yeah, I think Crowley. I think it would be really nice for Crowley to come back, for his mother to remain the queen of hell.
What about a female character demon?
Who?
Not you. You mentioned Lilith.
Mm-hmm.
She's not really technically a demon.
No, but she is the mother of demons.
She is the mother of demons. What was the first demon woman that Sam interacted with on the road when he was on hiatus from his brother in season
Okay, I don't know. My God, any fans out there know the answer to that trivia question? I will send you
I'd
a
like to
Fanboys 918 T-shirt.
I'd like to see her come back. I would like to see her come back.
So, but you must comment on the live feed. It does not count if you come back and watch it later on a watch
no, you
party.
gotta do that.
So, but no, there were so many great characters, so many great actors and
Absolutely.
actresses. I just
In 15 years, this
They
show
couldn't
has
do it
knocked
wrong.
it out of the freaking park.
Yeah, I don't think whoever they bring back, I don't think they could do it in a bad way. You know, who was it that worked at the Harville's Roadhouse?
Oh my god! Oh yeah, I know who you're talking
Our
about.
favorite high tech fella.
Yeah, party in front.
Yeah,
business up front, party in the back.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See, and this is where I wish we'd had a little bit more prep time.
That's okay, but you know what? The things that govern the way our society works, and all the crazy things that happens globally, dictate to how we react and try to not do a knee-jerk reaction. Calmly meet and face these things head on. And this is testament to what we're doing tonight. Going absolutely live with very little prep on something that we love, that's near and dear to our hearts, to reach out to all the fans in fandom about Supernatural.
And we really appreciate you guys watching us weekly as we touch on different genres as well as different shows, movies, books, and we just RPG. That's the other thing.
RPG stuff. Oh my God, we got it all over.
Supernatural has really done fandom properly, from television shows to an animated series to a role-playing game.
And I gotta say real quick on the role-playing game, so I have this John Winchester's journal, and this is amazing because this is actually like footnotes of his journal that is introduced into the Supernatural.
The first few seasons.
Yes, first couple seasons that he's actually in it.
So that only has a couple of seasons worth of information.
And it's amazing, how much thought and time went into producing something like this, and then you take that into all the monsters and mythology of Supernatural. What they have created around a TV show is absolutely phenomenal.
I agree. So thank you again for joining us this evening. I'm the Wonder Midget.
And I am the Bluesman.
And we are here on behalf of Fanboys 918. We thank you again for joining us and hope to see you again next week. Thank you again for allowing us to be very flexible in our schedule and our broadcast as life and things happen. We'll hopefully bring more to you coming in the spring. And once things settle down, we hope to have a nice Bond event come November.
Absolutely.
Now, what this entails for our Bond fans and those who appreciate the spy genre in general.
Oh my gosh.
Fanboys 918 will be hosting an event at the BB Theaters for $27. You buy your ticket that reserves your seat, but you also get a swag bag, which includes a martini glass, possibly some other goodies too that shall be
some other goodies. Okay,
to be determined. So it's not just the price of your ticket, but it's also some extra swag, and it's a good way to hang out with Fanboys 918, and we hope you will join us on that.
But we are postponing that currently right now due to current situations with film industry and
and so
global stuff that's going on.
Right. So with anything, production has its issues, and as long as they do the movie right, we're okay with it. Maybe they need to get Kripke on board if they want it done right. Singer, maybe throw a little money his way.
I tell you what, I mean,
this will give them plenty of time to do re-edits.
Whatever they need, I just want Bond 25. If it has been pushed out to November 25th, the last I heard. Bond 25 on 11/25 is going to be a home run. I just know it in my heart because this is going to be a phenomenal movie, and we are going to see the last great movie
with Daniel Craig in it.
with Craig.
And I love
I'm
him.
a big fan. I mean, Craig to me is just one of those characters that is right on par with all the other greats that have played this role.
So
we
we
look forward to it with great anticipation.
Yeah, and we encourage you to visit Yeah.
Sorry, that's for our guy behind the camera.
That's for our director, Geek
Sorry,
Boy back there.
I do that.
So please join us. Follow us on Facebook. You
Yep.
can also see us on YouTube and Twitch. Follow our event page to get more details on that Bond event, as well as any upcoming conventions we will be hitting late this fall in 2020. Again, I'm the Wonder Midget.
And I am Jay the Bluesman.
And we are Fanboys 918 signing off.
Thank you.
Right, sir.
You know, when we were little, you started asking questions.
Right, sir.
You know, when we were little, you started asking questions.
I gotta find Dad.
Mama, take this badge off of me.
What was he hunting?
I begged you, quit asking, Sammy. You don't want to know.
We got work to do. You're my brother. I'd die for you.
I'm an angel of the Lord. We have work for you.
Mama, put my guns in the ground.
I should send you straight back to hell.
You should.
I can't shoot them anymore.
We're new Chippendales dancers. We just moved in next door. Animal control.
FBI.
Long black cloud is coming down.
There's so much evil, I feel like I could drown in it. Hello, Dad.
Feel like knocking on heaven's door.
You two, sack up and help me for once.
Bobby, all you gotta do is ask.
We're the guys who saved the world.
I do believe in us. I believe in all of us. And I'll keep believing until I can.
Fighting, losing people we love.
This isn't just a story.
It's our lives.
Right, sir.